Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Pankatsu Akuma. Ugh, I can at last record some more episodes. So for people that don't know, that are not on Patreon, I was actually sick for the past, I'd say 2 days. This is my third day. No, this is my second day, I guess. Yesterday I was like super sick. But, well, I don't know whether or not this is my second or third day. God damn it, I wasn't... This probably is my third day, actually. So I was, like, sick a couple of days ago because I got the flu from my sister. My sister got it from her daughter. So, yeah, it's just a contagious disease, right? But I think I got it a bit worse than the others because I was coughing up a storm and I was also having the chills. I didn't really have a fever for some reason, but you know, when I was like breathing out, I could feel that inside my temperature was pretty damn hot, right? And I kid you not, the past like 2 days, I was just in bed, like not being able to do anything. And I guess my friend isn't wrong. I'm turning into a meathead, guys. Because I thought that this sort of sickness is gonna go away in about a day or two without any problems whatsoever. I didn't even get myself some medicine. But after drinking medicine today, like nothing even like remotely specific, just some cough medicine and some flu medicine. Yeah, so just some like above the shelf medicine. And it's working like so much. I got it yesterday, not today, by the way. And like the first day, it was so difficult for me to sleep. The second day, after I took my medicine, it was like, boom, instant going to bed. So I was like, damn, that's so good. Why didn't I do this the first day? I guess I got overconfident, or, you know, I really thought that I was above getting sick. As dumb as that may be, but I exercise a lot and I eat very healthy. So then again, I guess I haven't really been eating healthy the past couple of like months or so because I've been bulking. But yeah, it's good to be back. So I thought that I was gonna skip the gym for a week, right? But I think I'm gonna go back to the gym tomorrow. You guys might also hear it from my voice that my voice is probably a bit nasally. And that's because I was like spewing out phlegm a lot. I know that's too much information, but that is the reason my throat is probably like this. So excuse me for that. But okay, whew. With that out of the way, I can actually talk about the last episode recap. So in the last episode, we got into Arla's route. Arla's route wasn't really anything to rave about. It was nothing special, but it was also nothing unusual. This is a typical like romance story where the girl, your kohai or underclassman, is is sick of being treated as a little sister. So you or she actually turn into your lover in this one. It's a lot more common, I guess, right? In anime, or I guess in romance in general. This sort of story, it's actually a lot more uncommon when your little sister is actually your lover. The incest is probably a lot more common in like anime than you'd think. Well, maybe then again, back in older stories, you know, about those kingdom and empires, there were a lot of incest, so maybe they weren't as uncommon. But I know for a fact that they're a lot less common nowadays. But yeah, this one is a lot more common, and so far it's not too bad. We found out about her loving us when she was getting some food for the animals, and we overheard her. And this is exactly after we took our date, which surprisingly didn't lead to an H scene. So we'll see where this leads. I assume at the end of this date, we are gonna get an H scene. The date isn't over yet. Well, it's about time we headed home. But yeah, I'm so happy to be back, guys. Like, damn. I am just, like, being sick sucks dick. I haven't been sick in so long, or at least being sick to the point where I couldn't do much of anything, right? Actually, kid you not, yesterday when I was buying my cough medicine, I didn't have any cough medicine above the counter, so I had to like cycle on the bike and go to the convenience store and bought it, right? I actually felt a lot better when I was moving than when I was just laying down in bed. That's how crazy it was. Maybe the thing is though, if I went to the gym, I know for a fact that I couldn't lift very heavy. If I did, I'd probably kill myself. But yeah. I also didn't want to spread out the disease, right? But I'm back though. So it's good to be back. I feel like we accomplished a lot on this date. And I think I have a better understanding of Arla's sense of distance between us. Well, on a good note, I guess I was watching Odd One play and finish up Romancing Saga 2. So that's a really good game. Even though I didn't play it, I probably would buy it when it's on sale. It's on sale right now, but I'm probably gonna buy it on the next sale and play it myself, since there's actually a lot of multiple ways for you to clear quests and stuff. So it's pretty interesting. And I think I have a better... Oh, I already said this. At present, I get the impression that everything should be fine as long as I avoid instigating physical contact. Hmm? Why are we suddenly saying something about physical contact? I thought the last thing I remember about this story last time was that we shared an ice cream. Arla is glancing at me as if she has something to say. I've learned something about this behavior. Whenever Arla needs to communicate, she looks right at whatever she's thinking about. She did it before the ice cream incident today. Her gaze flitted between my cone and hers. So now I just have to trace where her eyes are going. My face, my arm, and then her arm. Oh, riddle solved. Wanna hold on to my arm? She jumps in surprise, revealing that I hit the nail on the head. Arla is proving to be quite entertaining company. Arla shuts her eyes and groans in embarrassment. It's nice that she's such an easy read. It helps to calm my nerves. Okay, we'll walk back like this then. I extend my arm to offer her my hand, but... you guys hear that? I think it's because my phone is near the amp. It was getting like a hissing sound. She draws back. You're skittish like a mouse, Arla. Oh my god, you're killing me, Ren. I know I said I'm happy to be back, guys, but god damn it, this guy. She's starting to sound a bit pouty. I guess I shouldn't rush it then. Well, whenever you feel like it, my arm's open any time. Arla's face switches from surprise to something more crestfallen. At a glance, I can tell that her body isn't behaving in line with what she wants. If only I had an excuse to touch her myself. I scan our surroundings for anything of use. It doesn't take me long to find one. Hey Arla, check this out. I point to what I found, an open street stall. On its shelves rest rows of various glittering silver and gold accessories. These trinkets, however, aren't of the cutesy or rocker themes that one typically finds for sale in Japan. Arla points to one that strikingly resembles a landmark from her homeland. Where are all these accessories from? Are you sure these are from that place? I don't think these are actually legit, considering you're selling these in, Japan. Thank you, sir. You heard him, Arla. Interested? Then again, most accessories and stuff are actually made in China, and then they got shipped back. So who knows? Maybe this is actually, from Egypt. Technically. She did respond, but it's obvious that I don't have her full attention. Her eyes are laser focused on one item on the shelf. I traced her line of sight to see her target. A modest but beautifully decorated ring. Is that what you want?
わかりません。ただ気になるんです。
Aha. So she can at least form simple sentences. I glanced at the price tag. Ah, good. I have enough on hand to buy it. Plus, it really suits her. Excuse me, sir. I'd like to buy this one. This guy is like so unenthusiastic in his like voice acting.
レイさん
Arla finally comes back to her senses and looks up at me in shock. It figures I need to surprise her to shake her out of that reverie. Consider it a present for me. I just thought it'd fit you, that's all.
でも今日はアイスクリームだって。
Stop worrying about it and just accept. I cut her off as I fork over the money for the ring.
でも悪いです。
She didn't say it doesn't feel right. Warui, I think, is like, I guess, technically, it's right? Is there something wrong with me giving you a present because I want to see you smile? I look Arlie in the eye once the ring is in my hand.
それは違うと思いますけど。
Neither do I. And so, here's your present. I'll never show it, but I'm really embarrassed right now. Embarrassed about the atmosphere, my serious tone, and everything else. But I was being completely honest about wanting to see her smile. Yet, contrary to what I expected, Arla's expression darkens in response.
レイさんはやっぱり優しいですね。
As I said though, even though he's a nice person, there's nothing about Ren that's actually him.
指輪なら私の手と触れ合っても変じゃないですから。
I guess you found out the reason why we're buying this in the first place. Gee, whatever could you mean? Oh crap, she saw right through me. Well, I suppose I can't deny that Arla's pretty sharp under that shy exterior. He doesn't really need to buy her a gift though if he just initiated the hand-holding thing. And in truth, I'm actually rather pleased that she figured it out without me having to say it.
長い付き合いになりますから。
Yup, I'm made of glass to her. I'm made of glass to her? What does that mean? I guess I'm crystal clear, I'm easily readable? And she's hardly wrong. Arla and I have known each other for years. Since we were kids, really.
でも嬉しいです。この気持ちは本当ですから。
Arla brings her hand to her chest and shuts her eyes. Her cheeks are blazing vermilion, brighter than the setting sun behind her.
とても胸が温かで。
Oh, she's done.
私はこの優しい人を好きになってよかったって心からそう思えるのです。
You know, like, every time I see these romantic encounters in these games, I feel... I feel like someone like me is just not suited for romance, guys. Right? I feel like what she's saying is probably correct. And I feel like if she was, you know, if she wasn't Arla and she was Fia and she said this to me, I'd feel like I am not... What's the word? I feel like if she likes me for who I am, I feel conflicted, right? I say that I like myself, but maybe somewhere deep inside of me, there's a part of me that I don't like. And that's why I can say that. Maybe I don't necessarily think that, like, me being like this is right or correct. That's why I can't be fully, not honest, but fully, I can fully say that I love myself. But The thing is, though, I don't think I want to change. That's the... Is it a predicament? I don't know. Suddenly, I see in Arla a flash of maturity I wouldn't expect from my junior. It's getting hard to suppress the urge to embrace her, but I have to endure it.
レオにレンさん
Hmm?
その指輪もし私が自分から変なことにならない感じでレンさんに触れられるようになったらその時にいただけますかもしレンさんが待ってくれるなら
Her eyes meet mine, reflecting both doubt and expectation in equal measure. As if she even needed to ask so politely. Of course, I'll wait as long as it takes. I also said that I'm not really one that holds much value in items and materialism. I get that the implication that when you gift someone a gift that you're thinking of them, it's very thoughtful and it's a good feeling, right? To be given a gift that people think of you before they're buying it. But I do think that, I don't know, it's conflicting, I suppose. I get it, but at the same time, I just don't like the attachment. That sense of attachment. Oh, but I prefer that it happens some time before my hair turns gray, of course.
そんなにかかりませんよ
Oh, good. That giggle chased off the doubt in her face. It's another dose of relief to know that I didn't misspeak somewhere along the line. Okay, let's go home for real now. Misspeak, huh? I always thought that, you know, whenever someone thinks that way, that means that there's always a right response. But I don't know. I feel like there shouldn't be a right response though, right? Even in games like, say, Persona, when you're clearly being given a choice, whether what choice gives you the best points or whatnot, I feel like it's weird to choose just the correct choice. What about choosing the choices that you want to choose? That's why in games like Persona or any games that have choices that gives you bond affection points, I actually don't choose the choice that clearly sucks up to them. Arla tentatively reaches for my elbow, but she draws back again.
やっぱり恥ずかしいレンさんに触れられると思うとムラムラしちゃうよ
Huh, so even that turns her on. Wait, that's the entire reason she was afraid to link arms?
このままじゃレンさんの恋人になんか
Arla turns her head toward the ground, deep in apparently serious thought, and then...
レンさん
Yes? Suddenly, Arla whips her head back to face me with determination written all over her face. Her. I instinctively bolt upright.
今夜のご予定は
Alright, if you guys are having sex, I'm gonna get some water soon. Whew, it's a good time for me to take a break because my throat is kinda tired. I'm still gonna finish the episode though, but it's just a good time for them to have an H scene. For once, I'm actually happy you guys are having an H scene. None, sir. Not once I'm done with cooking.
じゃあ私の部屋に来てもらえますか
Yes, gladly. Wait, what?
頑張るぞ
Huh? What? Why? Arla's spirited shout drowns out the sound of my verbal double take. Don't you what why me, Ren? We already had, you know, some weird sex thing with her during the guinea pig event. With the affair of dinner over and done with, each of the girls wander off to do whatever they do in the evening. I eye the clock until it's time to visit Arla and then sneak between each room until I arrive at her door. Am I like taking deep breaths? I take a few deep breaths before I seal myself enough to bring my hand to the door. Then I knock.
どなたですか？
It's me, Ren.
レンさん、どうぞ。部屋の鍵はかかってませんから。
Then if you'll excuse me, you really should lock your door. Tangibly nervous, I take a step inside the room. Whoa! It's almost pitch black in the room beyond the doorway. It's rather hard to see where I'm stepping. Are we gonna have sex in the sarcophagus? Or what? Going by what I saw of the place this morning, I know the room shouldn't be too cluttered.
レンさん。
Arla's voice emerges from further into the room, around where the bed should be. Arla? It's kinda dark in here. My eyes slowly adjust to the darkness, and Arla's silhouette fades into view.
いらっしゃいませ。
For some reason, Arla is clothed only in her bandage, wrapped roughly around her body. In fact, she's actually tied herself up. No, it doesn't look all that different to me. That's quite the getup there.
今夜は私も覚悟を決めました。
The anxiety in her voice is palpable. Her exclamation seems to be meant more to reassure herself than me.
私はちょっと荒療治が必要だと思うんです。好きな人に触れようとしたらムラムラしてダメとかちょっとどうかと思います。
Well, if this is what it takes, then so be it, right? I mean, like I said, guys, I think on the previous episode I talked about how I don't mind if my significant other is someone perverted, but I would really love it if they would also be able to withstand that perversion of theirs before we get married or after we get married, right? If Arla's libido is the problem at hand, then my work is cut out for me.
私、女の子とか動物に触れられるのは大丈夫なんですけど、本当レンさんだとビクンとしちゃって。だから今日は縛ってみました。
Oh, I see. If it works once, it's bound to work again, is that it? If I were to take a viewpoint from outside this room for a moment, this exchange would baffle me.
だから自分を変えたいってデートしてて思ったんです。
Aha, so this was what led to her invitation this afternoon. Now the events of the day make perfect sense. No? What makes perfect sense? What are you talking about? Okay, so now I know how devoted you are to the cause. What should I do?
そのまずはお口から鳴らしていきたいと思うんです。
I swear, whenever it gets to the sex scene, this game is really making me lose brain cells. Oral? I tilt my head quizzically, unsure as to her exact meaning. Does she mean just having me touch her lips?
ですからレンさんのその男の人の部分を加えてですね。ペロペロって。
Arla? You know what you're saying? She just described fellatio. Late fellatio, I guess? I still have no idea how to say that word. We're approaching sex territory.
でもこれくらいしないとダメだと思うんです。協力してくれるって言いましたよね。
Ugh. I did say that. Verbal promise means nothing, Ren. And I did just honestly ask her what I should do now. Guess I should have seen it coming. That's why I don't really promise anything to anyone. Because I know for a fact that verbal promises are useless.
私だって大胆なことを言っているって思います。
Well, I do promise things to myself, but I never promise anything to anyone.
でもレンさんならって。レンさんだからこそお願いしたいんです。もしかしたら嫌かもですけど。 もし役得だと思ってもらえるなら。
Well, to some people, this is probably a perk, being able to just do some sexual favors from their girlfriend, but to me, it's actually not something I want. I paused for a moment to consider how much courage Charlie needed to muster to say these words. She's usually such a reserved girl. She must have simulated this encounter in her mind countless times before I arrived. If I were to say no now, all of that mental preparation would go to waste. So? The options for my response run through my mind. If I were to be completely honest, I'd have to say that I do want Arla to do it. Well, you just said that? Yeah, sure. Talk about giving some thought into it. Okay, I understand. I guess I'm all yours then.
こちらこそお願いします。
Arla replies in a rather gentle tone and bows her head slowly. The only reason why I am actually thankful that this H scene exists, guys, is because I do want to take a break and get some water and drink. That is the only reason, because I still think these 8 scenes are so dumb. Patreon.com Azaikyousuke. People on YouTube, I will see you guys once this scene is done. People on Patreon, enjoy. Alright, I'm back. Jeez, I gotta censor her body though. So I kid you not, guys, I was watching 2 Konosuba episodes and the freaking H scene still wasn't done. So yeah, that's just how long these H scenes get, my dudes. But I was taking a look at them, you know, between like couple of minutes. Every couple of minutes I was peeking about what the hell was going on. So he was or she was blowing Ren twice, I think. I don't know whether or not it was once or twice. I didn't see. But after that, of course, as usual, we go proceed doing the intercourse. Ren came once and it was outside and she said, you know, I want this to be my first time, so I want to remember this special feeling, blah blah blah, and I wanna make you come inside. So it was that sort of bullshit. I don't really have a problem with people saying that they want their first time or doing their first whatever to be memorable. But I do think that, you know, even though sometimes the first of something can be quite memorable, I do think what is more important is definitely the things after that, right? Say you can say that when I first went to the gym, it was memorable, but it doesn't really matter if I first went to the gym if I didn't stick to it for that long, right? You know, it's all about the consistency. It's all about whether or not you keep doing it. I feel like that's a lot more important than whatever your first time doing something is. But I do understand people put a lot of emotion into their first time doing something. Not me though. I don't really... I mean, maybe sometimes I do. Like, a lot of my first games back in the day definitely still hold meaning to me. But I feel like as I grew older, those first time sort of things grew less and less important. So I don't really care too much about my first anything anymore. But yeah, just my take on that. What is it, Arlen?
なんでもないです。
Arla and I lie beside one another on the bed, basking what I suppose must be what they call afterglow. I was also coughing up a storm during the break that I had, even though I was watching anime, so... Whew, this cough is still taking its toll on me. Neither of us feel ready to fall asleep in this mood, yet we're so tired that we can't bring ourselves to do much else. So it's all we can do to just lie there. Lie here, letting time fly by. And that's plenty for me at the moment.
さん、
Hmm?
なんでもないです。
Okay. Arlo won't stop calling my name for no reason. I wait a few moments and sure enough...
レンさん、
Yes?
なんでもないです。
What is wrong with this chick? If I was Ren, I'd be like, you okay? And so we continue. I briefly considered making my way back to my room. But any movement I make to suggest leaving makes Arla's face darken. So I'm stuck here, sharing this sweet moment with her for now. Not that I remotely mind this, of course, I enjoy it. But right now, I feel like my heart will be smothered in Arla's love, so to speak, if I stay like this. In fact, it probably already has. As it stands, Arla just keeps pulling me in deeper and deeper.
何考えてたんですか?
About how clingy you are? Hmm? My mind was starting to wonder until she popped that question on me. About you.
私のことですか?
Arla pulls her body in close to mine. She tugs and tugs until she's squeezing me, with no space between us. I'm going to drown in all that. You're killing me, Ren!
かわいい.
Her face is flushed red again.
嬉しいです、レイさん.
Oh, what a saccharine mood we're in. I feel an impulse to bury my face in her.
でも、そうですね。まだ私も泳ぎは得意じゃないですし。
Oh, nice seg. Linking my use of drown to her swimming lessons was a sharp way to change the topic. That must be a wordplay on Japanese.
二人一緒に土左衛門ですね。
That'd be a problem. Ending up looking like a tangle of seaweed isn't exactly a romantic fate.
ご臨場です。
I have no idea what she's saying because my Japanese is not really, that good to know about these puns and stuff. Your mummy's sense of humor is kind of terrifying. It's hard to laugh at dead body jokes when a comedian is a mummy.
私、こんなに幸せでいいのかな?
Since when was being joyful a bad thing?
そうなんですけど、なんていうか。
Failing to find the right words, Arla shifts and fidgets on her side. Suddenly, as though she just thought of something, she wraps her arms tightly around my body.
私が好きになったのがレンさんでよかったって思うんです。
That's why you're so happy?
幸せの一部です。まだまだ言いたいことはいっぱいあるんですけど。
I mean, you can fall in love with the wrong person, but I don't necessarily think, what you felt was love in the first place if you fell in love with the wrong person. Maybe it was like, a sort of affection that you think was love.
少し眠くなっちゃいました。
That's understandable. First time or not, anyone would be exhausted after doing it as hard as we just did. I've been fighting the urge to conk out for a while now.
もう少し話したい。
We can talk anytime, even tomorrow if you want.
そうですね。
Arla's eyelids flutter as she slowly drifts off. I watch this as I gradually give myself up to the Sandman.
おやすみなさい、レンさん。
With that, Arla's breathing shifts into the long sighs of slumber. And our lolly breathing? What a happy image. Everything about this girl is so lovable. Ugh. I feel my heart fill up with something as I watch, putting my mind at ease. Good night, Arlen. I reach up with my finger and stroke her brow. And then finally, I close my own eyes. The warmth I feel on my body, I know, is coming from Arlen. Sleep comes gently and peacefully. It wouldn't be a stretch to call the fulfilling slumber to follow a gift from Arlen. I do think that's a stretch though. She gonna give me a morning blowjob or something? I feel my pleasant slumber interrupted by the feeling of someone's gaze on me. A sunbeam is hitting me from the window. I can feel some other unknown heat source next to me. Okay, that's good. You're not actually giving me a blowjob. Can we just cuddle and be done with this morning scene? I can barely recognize what seemed to be a chuckle from a foot or two away. Bit by bit, consciousness returns to me. Thank you for not being a nymph, Arlen. The past couple of girls haven't been as nice. Arlen?
はい、あなたのアルルです。
Yeah.
まだ寝ぼけてますね。
Arlen? Oh, right. I was like this when I went to sleep with Arla last night. Don't know if you hear that. I muted the mic before it came too close, but there was a motorcycle passing by. I still have no idea why the fuck these motorcycles, even though they're going through a small alleyway, that they're like pumping the gas. It makes no sense to me.
目が覚めました。
Yeah. Good morning, Arlen.
昨日は、しちゃいましたね、レンさん。
Yup. All the way. Feeling oddly shy, I avoid explicitly saying what we did. But she's right. We did it. Arla and I had sex.
今もレンさんのが中に入っているような感じがします。
Oh hey, I'm sorry for the way I acted last night. Wait, Arla, now that I think about it, we hit the bed right after we finished last night. And Arla is stark naked in front of me. Damn it, now I'm overly conscious of her.
大丈夫です。
Arla holds up her fists in her I've got this pose.
私なんて朝からレンさんが隣にいて、もうムラムラしっぱなしですから。
Oh, please don't. My self-control can't take any more pressure right now. On the other hand, that was enlightening. Now I know for a fact that Arla's sensitive disposition isn't any better yet. Actually, when I think back on it, she did seem to grow even more aroused as we neared the end. I don't know, Ren. I was watching Konosuba. I was watching the first season, by the way, because the third season is already finished airing, I think. So that's why I'm catching up on anime.
でもですね、前とは少し違うんです。
Different? How?
なんと申しますか。前はビリビリビリってきて、おっかなびっくりだったんですけど、
What are you talking about?
今はわーっとするっていうか、幸せっていうか。
Okay.
恥ずかしいんですけど、もっと触れていたいって思うような、そんな感じです。
Huh. I don't get it. I don't get it, Ren. I'm more or less the same. Putting aside my embarrassment in the situation at the moment anyway, I do want more contact with her. Let's do our best to work your airheadedness out of you together.
これだけ幸せなら、ポンコツでもいいですよ。
Nope, you can't. I do want to keep this relationship going though. Though I mean my words, I keep the tone to playful banter. Arla seems to have gained some sense of strength to complement her adorable ways.
でも、朝になっちゃったから起きないとですね。
But it's our day off. Why not come back to bed and sleep a little more?
ダメですよ。動物たちにご飯をあげないといけないですし。
Oh, right. And I have to make breakfast for everyone else soon.
でも、もうちょっとだけ。
You sure don't remember any of this bullshit in the other routes, Ren. Just as Arliss steps in my direction to humor me, the date comes to retrieve us instead. There's a loud banging on the door. Whoa, that startled me. The noisy sound shatters the peaceful, lazy morning mood.
アルルー、いるいるなら開けて。
I was gonna say morning wood. Arla jumps to attention in a panic. This could be bad. One look at us and the way we're dressed would tell anyone exactly what we were up to last night.
昨晩はお楽しみでしたね。わかるわかる。
Ow. So much for that last statement then. Rinchen doesn't need to see. They're talking about it like the morning news.
アルル、とりあえず開けてよ。大変なんだって。今開けるね。
Hey Arlo, wait! It's futile. The door flies open regardless. You know I'm still naked, right? I mean, I don't care whether or not people see me naked, but, you know, I do understand that sometimes people don't enjoy seeing someone naked. And I probably wouldn't be comfortable seeing, you know, people naked myself. I mean, if they're beautiful or handsome, I guess it's fine, but if they're ugly, I probably wouldn't, I probably would mind. I'd be like, oh my god, my eyes! Stop burning my eyes! Good morning. A surprisingly normal greeting given the circumstances. Wait, so why exactly is Rinchan acting like nothing's different? I'm not wearing a third of clothes right now. Or rather, I'm 10% clothed now, if I include the bedsheet. I'm almost prepared to hear her say, let me in on the fun, though I know it would never happen. Where's the eek? What are you doing in here? Even if she doesn't say anything, the least she's supposed to do is freeze up. Actually, Rinchan and Arla have always been good friends. No doubt Rinchan was already used to the stripping habit. Maybe she's just taking my nudity in stride with that in mind. It makes enough sense to me. Ain't I though? Of course she knows everything, damn it. I bet she knew before she even knocked on the door. I should know better than to bet on her not knowing something like this ahead of time. I feel like it's weird that she knows that we're doing this, and she doesn't mind seeing us naked. As I said, I don't mind seeing like if people see me naked, but you know, I do understand that it's not enjoyable sometimes to see other people naked. And what would that be? And that's why I don't really force myself to, you know, be naked every time. Like, I'm usually naked in my bedroom. I sleep naked. I mean, this scene is kind of crazy as it is. What kind of rumors will this blossom into tomorrow? Well, to be realistic, today. Can I put on my shorts or something while you talk? Not that I'll stop if you say no. And for crying out loud, Arla, you're in front of Rinchan, not just me. Get dressed. What point was there in saying I wanted to be the only one to see you naked? The guinea pigs? What are you talking about? Apparently. Boxers not yet on. I tilted my head quizzically in unison with Arlen. I haven't a clue what they're talking about. Also, I can't seem to find my boxers. Are you talking about Shigeru? Was I? Maybe they're talking about one of the other animals. It's probably the guinea pigs. It's the only thing that's related to Arlo. I don't know what they mean by there being more of them. But then again, there's a lot I still don't understand about Demon Realm animals. If not Shigeru, then could she mean Gome? Pochi? Now that I think about it, the animals have been acting strange lately. Aha! Found my boxers. No, we don't. I feel like whenever people start talking in this sort of way, in a cutesy way, or mimicking a cat, I know this is like because she's a tiger and she's like letting it slip, but I feel like when people do this, it's kind of like intentional and it annoys me. Aha, the elusive ears and tail make another appearance. I can't help but wonder how Rinchan, Riri, and the other girls with extra appendages make them appear and disappear like that. You don't think about that, Ren, it's just called magic. Let's see, my pants should be at the foot of the bed. What's the point of going to the girls' bathroom? Gotcha. Arlo, would you mind wearing something? Don't you awe me? She isn't even trying to hide the disappointment on her face. Seriously, this girl. But Rinchan seems to be in a hurry here, so I suppose I'm in no position to make her wait to persuade Arlen. Look, I just don't want anyone besides me seeing you naked anymore, okay? Arlo's expression brightens in no time.
じゃあちょっとだけ我慢します。
Then she walks over to the closet.
他の人に見られたくないって。
Maybe I'm in one of those like dispositions where I don't mind if like my girlfriend or my significant other makes an OnlyFans or something, guys, because I really don't care whether or not someone else sees my girls like my significant other naked. Just like how I don't care whether or not people see me naked. Oh, that was quick. A good solution, at least temporarily. This should work for the time being. Now, where are my socks? Need something, Rin-chan?
ジゴロウ
Is that just my name now?
つけこましジゴロウみたいな感じですかね。
Sort of like how we call Riri a little baby and stuff like that. I think she said gigolo is what you come off across as. So she didn't say anything like that in the English translation. Whatever. Rin-chan, stop staring and help me find my socks, would you? You have a better sense of smell than humans like me, so maybe you'd have an easier time.
それは無理です。
Why don't you want to smell your socks? Yeah, I was kind of expecting that answer. However good my nose may be, I wouldn't be tempted to help someone find a used pair of socks. Anyway, without Rin-chan's help, I'm stuck letting her rush through whatever's happening. In the end, I find my socks inside Arla's bed. The coffin specifically. That, hopefully, was a coincidence. We didn't even go to the coffin. Why would that even be there? She didn't even go to the coffin. Okay, you got your wish. You dragged us here on our day off. Now what?
ありがとうございます。いやー、ご面倒をおかけします。
You're not expecting me to go in there, are you?
先輩へのサービスです。喜んで入っちゃってください。
I mean, there's probably nothing there. No one's there. And who cares? It's just the bathroom. It's not like I'm going to the girls' locker room. As if going in the girls' restroom is something I'd get all excited over. I'd never want to be caught in there of all places. Especially since Riri or Emmy would hear about it immediately. I don't know if I've told you guys this, but I actually go to the women's bathroom back in middle school quite often. And like my teacher also goes there quite often because he like goes along with me. It's because it's the like closest bathroom after the stairs, guys. That's the only reason why I do it. And it's like also a secluded one, so it doesn't matter who's there. Or it's not like it doesn't matter who's there. Usually no one's there. No girls, so only me and my teacher. He's also a guy. Their first response would likely be, why didn't you wait to go in there until I was using it? I should note, by the way, that we're all in our uniforms since Rin-chan's destination was a school bathroom.
とりあえず私が行ってきましょうか。
I mean, I don't feel bad about going to the girls' bathroom, though. I don't want to sneak a peek on them. I really went there just because it's the closest one. If you'd be so kind.
少し待った方が良いかと。
Rin-chan quickly prevents me from taking Arla up on her offer. Why?
今トモ先生が中にいるんですけど、かなりやばい状況なので。先輩は先生の電話番号知ってますか？
Why is it in the girls' bathroom? The guinea pigs are supposed to be, you know, near the chickens. I do, as a matter of fact.
それでは一度電話してもらって中の様子を実況中継してもらった方がいいです。
Sure. If you say so. What nuclear meltdown level stuff is going on in there to warrant using my phone like a walkie-talkie? I shoot a questioning look at Arla, only to receive a beats me shrug in response. He was trying to speculate on it, I suppose. I give up thinking about it and decide to ring her up. A cry erupts from within the bathroom. This is gonna be something overblown again, isn't it? Sounds like a struggle is going on in there.
そうみたいですね。
An unpleasant foreboding feeling is bubbling to the surface of my mind. I want to be anywhere else right now. But I'm already here. I have no choice but to take whatever comes at me. I take out my phone and pull up Tama-chan's page on my contact list.
もしもしレンちゃんですか？今忙しいですから後にするのです。
I'm in front of the bathroom right now. What was that shout I just heard?
聞いて上がりましたか？
Well, good to know she's still her usual self. Prudent clicking her tongue at her own students. I switch my phone to speaker mode so that the other two can join in.
先生。その声はアルルちゃんですか？はい、アルルです。おはようございます。ちょーっといいところに来たのですよ。まさに天の救いなのです。これもタマの日頃の行いがいいおかげですね。
If what you do counts as good behavior, then Arla's a saint. We might as well print her face on our money. This is the same teacher who would skip a day of work to line up outside a store on release day for a new game.
先生、僕も。というか、天の救いたる先輩とアルルを呼んできたのが僕なのです。おお、よくやったのです。ご褒美に。
Tama-chan's praise is cut short by a loud squelching noise from her side of the line. That's not a very pleasant sound.
また増えたのです。
More of what exactly?
いっぱい出たのです。
I hear a thick bubbling sound as she says that. Ew. It's really not something I wanted to hear this early in the morning.
レイさん、私、とっても恥ずかしいです。
That makes two of us.
お部屋に帰って、さっきの続きしませんか？
What the hell? It sounds like a healthy decision.
そうしましょう。
Arla and I turn and take a step toward the stairs to leave. However, Tama-chan's voice continues to ring out from the speaker.
止まらないのですよ。
End the call? She having number 2 problems? Sounds awful. I guess stress can build up to that effect even in a teacher like Tama-chan. I make a mental note to be nice to her tomorrow. What did she want from us if she had Rin-chan call us all the way out here?
先輩、アルル。
Just let it go, Rin-chan. Standing here and hearing that is about all we can handle today.
いや、そうじゃなくてですね。実はですがですね。
Deathies. You said desu. What are those? Did she eat some crazy foreign food?
おお、まだ出るのです。もりもり。
Just kill them, jeez.
このデスハムがなのです。
I think I said this before too, but you can just kill them, right? Arla's ears perk up at the word.
待ってアルル、扉に近寄っちゃダメ。
Just as Rin-chan moves to block Arla's way to the bathroom door, they burst forth.
これはどういうことでしょうか、竜泉寺先生。
これはですね。ですなのです。
は？
いえ、なんでもないのです。
Rika-san is beyond scary right now. But Tama-chan is entirely at fault for this, so there's no defending her now. I feel like Rika-san isn't really all that scary, to be honest, guys. What came cascading through the bathroom door was a horde of what they call death hamsters. They're a close relative to the devil things we subdued before. The word Rin-chan and Tama-chan use, deathies, refer to these. Unlike the creepy rodents they're related to, these hamsters are actually as cute as the normal kind. Apparently, the critters were meant to be raised and used as giveaway prizes during a festival at the market district. But this particular variety has a tendency to breed explosively, which led to the current state of affairs. I don't get how Tama-chan is so damn careless.
まったく学生の指標たる教師が何たるざまだ。
若干申し訳ないのです。
And it's not like they can, reproduce that quickly.
は
I mean, I don't know what the like fastest reproducing animals are, but there's no way they would reproduce in just a couple of seconds. Sure, they can have sex in a couple of seconds, but I'm talking about the birth, right? Isn't Tamachan a dragon? All I see in front of me right now is a quivering little newt.
まあいい。それよりもデスハムをどうするか。
Is there any way I can help?
ああね。助かった。それにアルルも。
いいえ、可愛い動物たちですから。
アルルはできた子だな。それにしても夏祭りの件もあるのに頭の痛い。
What happened? If you guys sometimes get that sense of pause whenever there's a dialogue that I'm not talking instantly, that's when I'm actually coughing and muting my mic.
うちの学園が毎年夏祭りに協賛として出ていることは知ってるな。
I do. I remember seeing a bunch of paper lanterns with the school's name on it.
それで催し物に参加する予定だった学生がいたのだが、急に転校してしまったんだ。
Oh, then you need to fill the hole and quick?
ああ、なんでも実家の都合とかで、おかげで店が一軒パーだパー。
Not my problem. Rika-san shrugs in apparent exasperation. What a busy principal. I don't envy her. I know I owe her quite a lot on my part, so I wish I could do something to help. But that leaves me with two choices: dealing with the hamster crowd or helping with the festival. Which should I choose? Hamsters and the festival. The proverbial light bulb in my head flashes alive. With Arla's help, this might work. Erika-san, is what we're doing for the festival set in stone? If not, would a cafe of sorts be out of the question?
それはエロいやつか？
Why do you automatically assume that? I was just thinking of a normal cafe.
健全か。それでもお前は男か？ちゃんとついてんのか？
If you really want an R-rated cafe, I'll throw the idea at you another day. For now, I'd like to roll with a normal one. Why do I have to bargain for my proposal to stay within the limits of reason? What's with her fixation on adult themes? Though I suppose I could chalk this up to her succubus nature. That way, this exchange makes more sense. Just ignore it, just like me, Ren.
何かいい案でも思いついたんですか？
What, are we gonna do a hamster cafe? Yeah, I think so. In fact, we might be able to solve both problems at once. I'd like to have you and Rinchan's help with it, though. Can I ask that of you?
私は大丈夫ですけど、りんちゃんのシフト次第ですね。
Then would you go ask Rinchan about it for me?
わかりました。
悪巧みを思いついた顔をしてるな。
No, this is just how I do my job as the assistant dorm head.
任せる。後で概要をまとめて連絡しろ。
Roger that. Rika-san sighs, flexes her neck with a crackling sound, and leaves the room, complaining about her stiff shoulders all the while. I watch her go in silence. Okay, so here's what the shop's going to need. A sign, tables, and chairs to start with. This is my first time planning anything like this, so I'll have to do my research and plan everything twice as carefully. If this goes as planned, it could even serve a triple purpose as more therapy for Arlo. With this in mind, I assemble a to-do list and note any needed materials. A therapy for Arla? How is this going to be a therapy for her?
考えましたね、デンさん。
I'll admit that I took the most inexpensive route wherever I could, though.
ふれあいペット喫茶ですか。それも気に入った子をお持ち帰りできる。
Yeah, I was thinking along those lines too, about how they probably should give them for free.
楽しそうですね。私、こういうの初めてなんでドキドキします。
But I still have no idea what this does for Arlo. With this plan, we can solve both the absent student problem and overpopulation of the hamsters at the same time. I should note, by the way, that while these hamsters are in fact demon realm animals, they apparently turn normal if they live with humans long enough. Sure, whatever you say. Rega-san told me as much when I gave her the overview of my idea. I couldn't ask for a more convenient stroke of luck.
これを機に動物好きな人がいっぱい来てくれると嬉しいです。
Yeah, it'd be great if it works out that way.
ですねですね。
Arlo seems quite uppity about it all. For my plan to the imminent festivities.
それとリンちゃんも来てくれるそうです。今日はシフトがお休みだからって。
So how close was this? How many days did we have to plan this all? Really? I'll have to double down on my thanks for her when she shows up. Man, that's a huge help. This'll go so much smoother if we have someone with customer service experience.
そうですね。私もアルバイトの経験はありませんから。
But you're super pleasant by nature, so I'm sure you'll get the hang of it in no time.
そんなことないですよ。私結構おっちょこちょいですから。
I know that much.
そんなすぐに肯定しなくても。
I mean, you're the one who said that and I was just agreeing. But that's just part of who you are to me. Whatever, Ren. It's so disgusting to say. Arla's eyes sparkle for just a moment, but quickly turn stern.
かっこいいこと言っても騙されませんからね。
You figured me out, huh?
私もレイさんと付き合い長いですからね。
And yet you kind of feel happy from hearing it anyway, though, didn't you? I wasn't joking when I was saying those words. But I'm already too embarrassed to repeat them. Enough of that for now. I have to admit, she's right about how long we've been together. For most of that time, I never would have imagined sharing a night with Arla. Now, that's not the case. Anyway, moving on. Okay, Arla. To be honest, there's a super important role I need you to fill.
はい。重大な役割ですか？
Yep, but first, I have to ask you a question. Is she gonna use, like, you know, a hamster mascot costume or what?
何でしょうか？あ、スリーサイズですか？
No, I know those. No worries about that.
なんで知ってるんです？
No, I was kidding. I don't. Why did she fall for that instantly not take me seriously on the I love you line? My heart hurts a little bit now. Do you like cosplay, Arla?
後できっちりとお話ししましょうね、レイさん。
Oh, jeez. Arla's lips are curled upward, but I see no trace of a smile in her eyes. Arla-san, are you fond of cosplay?
なんでって猫。
Please don't glare at me like that. Smiles suit you so much better.
仕方のない人ですね。コスプレはそうですね。好きかはわかりませんけど、興味はあります。
Then that's perfect. Would you like to try on something I have for you? Come on, let's do it.
なんかテンション高いです。
What the hell?
息が荒くないですか？
What sort of outfit do we want her to wear? I'm having an allergic reaction to you. Typo? Or I've been having, I guess. Allergies, I call it. Ugh, you're killing me, Ren. One look at you and I get short of breath. Oh, come on, I'm obviously joking. I'm only a little bit excited about this. Just a bit, really. I mentally tell myself to calm down and point into the store we've set up. Ren is talking so much that it's actually taking a toll on my throat. You'll find a costume in a simple changing room in there. Would you change into that?
わかりました。服はどこにあるんですか？
I've already put it in there. You can't miss it. I have a waiter outfit ready for myself. I'll change when you're done.
わかりました。ではまた後で。
I watch Arla's back as she ambles away with her head down. I can guarantee I'll be awash with embarrassment once I see her wearing what I brought. But I have to endure it. This is all for her sake. Anyway, it's time for me to go change too. It would make sense for her to wear like a mascot outfit.
いらっしゃいませ。喫茶ハムナクトラへ。
This doesn't make sense though because we're actually supposed to make her wear more, you know, more restrictive outfits rather than nothing at all. So the fact that she's wearing this to me just doesn't make sense. This actually trains or is therapeutic for her? I call bullshit.
さあさあ、ペットと触れ合っていってください。にゃ
This is just the developers, you know, wanting to put a bunny suit here. Oh. The festival's now underway, and the shop's even practically packed since the moment we opened. And as an added bonus, Arla looks so good in that bunny outfit. This was a secret part of my plan. Arla has a problem with wearing clothes in front of people. So it's time for a sink or swim approach. Now she's going to serve them food while cosplaying. She won't have the chance to even start stripping in this situation. So she has no choice but to grin and bear being seen. No sudden nudity today, no ma'am. And naturally, I'll be there to stop her if she starts to try anyway. See, the crazy part about this is that before she talked about being a mummy and have trouble stripping, she didn't really have a problem with, you know, like people didn't really talk about her or anything, right? So I feel like the most weird one out of all of these people is actually Arlo, since no one talks about her like ditziness before. Like Ruria is just part of her personality, and it's the same with everyone else, right? I can also say that Yu has a weird attachment towards us, but other than that, you know, she's just a transfer student, so it's whatever. I've gone with decidedly fancy decor for this, so thankfully, we're inundated with female patrons for the most part.
恥ずかしいです。
But trust me, that look is perfect for you, Arla. I didn't expect this outfit to make her healthy, tan skin look so shiny and pretty.
本当ですか？
Yup, super cute. Seriously. Whatever.
少し恥ずかしいですけど、よかったです。最初は私には大人っぽくて似合わないなーなんて思ってたんですけど、着てみると楽しいです。
Typo? Well, you're having fun with it and that's what matters.
ただ、
But what?
布面積が少ないので、あんまりゴワゴワはしないですけど。
That's kinda nice to hear. To me specifically anyway. Sorry if that sounds callous.
レイさんに見られてると思うと、少しムラムラしちゃいますね。
Alright, just proceed with the second H scene soon. My throat is getting kinda tired already again.
いらっしゃいませ。
Arlo jumps back to work when she notices a new customer walk in. I pause for a moment to inspect her top to bottom from afar. Those tights perfectly enveloping Arla's slender legs. Those are tights? I thought those are like those net things. I don't know what they're called. The top snugly wraps and covers her waist. Her breasts don't quite fill the top half as one might expect, but there's a certain attractiveness to that as well. And the cherry on top, her bunny ears. Nice. That's damn near nosebleed-inducing sexiness. I lied, Reika-san. There's nothing normal or pure about this.
先輩、自分の彼女だからってエッチい目で見すぎですよ。
Rin-chan scolds me in passing en route to serve another customer. Not the nitpick, but she's not exactly my girlfriend yet. But I will admit, the Arle bunny combo is nice. Not a girlfriend yet, and yet we're already banging her, huh? Wow, nice job, Ren. I feel like it's brought me to the cusp of enlightenment.
なんとなくゴメっぽいセリフですね、それ。
Oof. Now that's one creep I don't want to be equated with. Time to move on. I can't keep ogling Arla forever. I have my own job to do. I tackle behind the scenes chores while keeping watch on how Arla is doing.
すみません、注文いいですか？
はい、ただいま行きます。
Arla trots over to their table quickly. Her feet make loud tapping sounds all the while.
こっちも注文お願いします。
What the hell? Ren, why are we paying attention to this? Why aren't we doing some work? Arla is being made to dash to and fro without much time to rest.
お待たせしました。オーダーのオムライヤー。
Rinchan emerges bearing the order with gusto, but then immediately trips. God, shut the fuck up, Rinchan. Holy shit. You've hardly got a scrape. Enough drama, we need you to move. It was also her fault for being so energetic. She's clearly just fine.
すいません。もう一回作ってもらってもいいでしょうか。
For someone who's supposed to have the most experience, you sure failed on that one. I don't mind making another. I'm more concerned about you right now. If even Rinchan, the customer service veteran, is busy enough to make mistakes, that's proof of how well business is going.
お忙しいです。姉さん、オーダーお願いします。
On it. I can see the sweat on Arla's brow when she pops in to give me the orders.
大変ですけど楽しいです。
It's so weird that this is like a normal cafe. We're actually giving them so much food instead of, you know, a cat cafe, you actually don't even serve food. You give the food to the animals. Ren is actually doing a really weird job here. He's making like so much trouble for himself.
こういうの新鮮でドキドキして。それに、レイさんと一緒にお店をやってるっていうのが、その。
Arla glances sheepishly up at me. I smile in response and gently rub her head. Doing this with you makes it that much more fun for me too.
いけないいけない。ポワーとしちゃいました。オーダーお願いします。アイスコーヒー2つ、抹茶パフェ1つ。
Huh? What did she, like, stop mid-sentence there? Arla wipes the sweat from her forehead and launches back into waitress mode. There's something radiant about her when she's doing her best like this. Once we pass the mealtime rush, business finally starts to slow to a more manageable pace. The customers who originally popped in just for a cold drink have begun to rise and move on to other places. The place finally looks more like an animal cafe like the animal cafe I'd imagined.
何この子、やばくない？このハムスターかわいい。すっごいやばい。
I know those like cat cafes, by the way, but I don't go to them. I'm really not the target audience for those. Not the target demographic.
ね、やばいよね。
What they're saying is good, right? Are they speaking in some kind of code?
気に入っていただけましたか？
Whoa, player 1, Arla leaps into the fray.
うん、すっごいやばい。
やばいですよね。
Oh, a smooth entry. Nicely done.
このデスハムはですね、やんちゃな子が多い種族なんですけど、聞き分けがいいことで有名なんです。お手はもちろん、お留守番を任せることだってできるんですよ。あとは留守電機能ですね。
へえ。
Whoa, that's impressive. I didn't know any hamster could do that. She's clearly bullshitting. Just kidding, right? I mean, I know they're supernatural, but...
私はこのワンコが気に入ったな。
All apologies, miss, but there's a waiting list for that one.
あ、そうなんですか？残念。
What sort of waiting lists are they talking about? Why don't they just let whatever people want just, you know... Why don't they just let people take whatever they want? and go home right after. They have an overabundance of this shit. It's not like we're doing this for money. Pochi wags her tail furiously. Why are you two here? When did you get here, Gome? I'm not even surprised by Gome's sudden appearances anymore. Sounds to me like you were just in whale heat. Hold on, isn't Gome female? Or is Gome just one of those folks that don't really mind the sex or species as long as they're cute? Whatever the case, Arla is the one person who I won't give up. What? What are they even talking about? I'm so confused about what Ren is talking about here. I mean, I know Gome is talking about, you know, like, those traps or whatever. Or I guess not necessarily traps. But you know, if Gome was a he, yeah, they're talking about traps. And don't worry about us either. I'll be sure to conduct a nice funeral for you. Would any of these girls even consider taking Gome in the first place? Gome flops over to the girls, tail fin slapping against the floor. Oh, so close. Wait, no. Not close at all. Gome's a whale. No, that's not even the important part. Do these girls seriously think Gome is cute? Oh, come on, Gome can't be serious. Way to stick the landing with that follow-up, Arla. Arla's earnest effort almost brings a tear to my eye. Okay, that's enough. I'll just get this white lump out of your way. Leaving this creep out any longer would threaten the reputation of seals the world over. I thought this thing was supposed to be a whale, it's not a seal. Come on, Ren. You're just saying that. There you go. Or is she a whale after all? Whatever. Marine mammals then. They all suffer for her. I grab Gome and drag her inside, away from the customers. What now? That was Arla's voice. Did some troublesome customer show up in the time I've been away? I hurry back outside to see what's wrong. And when I emerge, what do I see but... Oh, what? The hamsters have started mating again. Why aren't you like caging them? Now's not the time for this place to host an impromptu peep show. There are kids all around who could see this. I can just imagine a mother's awkward, let's just move on smile when a kid points at this and asks what the hamsters are doing. This is bad for a variety of reasons. I've been talking so much you can clearly hear my voice is getting drained. Oh my god. I need some air. For now, let's just pull the males and females apart. Man, being sick sucks. Now that I look directly at her, I can see that Arla's cheeks are flushed again. Her breaths have grown quick and short, almost feverish. What? Seeing animals mate make you horny? You could have told me this before. Oh boy, are you getting turned on again? Go to the toilet and relieve yourself. I'll wait. Ah. Arla is saying she's gone into heat too. Ring-chan, we've got an emergency. Well, we can't keep the hamster's behavior on display. We need to separate the males and females first. Can you manage that for us? I guess it's our job to just have sex with Arla when, you know, Rinchan's doing the actual job.
了解です。任せてください。
Thanks. I knew I could count on you. Arla's not feeling well right now, so I'm going to bring her inside to rest.
大丈夫なのアルル。少しのぼせちゃっただけだから。
God, you're so useless.
ふんふん。ふんふん。ふんふん。なるほど。
Rinchan's a freaking, you know, like an actual animal, and she doesn't get into heat like this. Rinchan's nose twitches for a moment before she grins smugly and nods.
他ならぬ友達のピンチ。ここは僕がやっておくね。ちょうどお客さんも少なくなってきたし、ゆっくり楽しんできてよ。じゃあ先輩、アルルのことくれぐれもお願いします。
Yeah, Rinchan knows exactly what we're about to do. Did she really understand the situation with just a sniff? Is it something to do with pheromones? Whatever skill she used to find out, I owe her for her understanding. I ought to march into the store where she works later and demand that she be paid a bonus. I grab Arla by the waist and lead her back inside. Can you jump straight to the CG, please? Okay, after this scene, I'm probably ending the episode, but thank you for actually putting this CG, or, you know, this scene right here. My voice is already, like, killing me.
お願いします。もう辛いんです。
This is going to be the only time that in Pankatsu Akuma history that I'm glad the H scene is here, guys. You can do this however you like, Arla. Just tell me what you want. Arla makes slight seductive moans of desperation and starts to press her body against mine, rubbing up and down. I reach over and lay my hand on her back, eliciting a louder, longer moan.
レンさんのおちんぽください。
Arla's self-control has evaporated. I give in and she pushes me onto my back. Alright, patreon.com/Azaikyousuke. See ya, people on YouTube. Well, as I said, I feel like this game isn't really meant for you know, this game is meant for fapping, guys. It's not meant for anything else. I feel like this playthrough, it's not bad, but it's also not something that I would personally do if people didn't request this. Mostly because there's just too much H scene and the story is not something, you know, not something peculiar, not something unique. That's how I feel. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. People on Patreon anyway, people on YouTube. I'll see you guys after the scene. Ugh, I gotta get some more medicine. We good? Jesus, that was a long-ass 8 scene once again. I came back after like finishing an episode, and maybe like an episode and 5 minutes-ish. But the 8 scene was still going, so I was just sitting here, like reading through what was going on. And gotta say, I was expecting a lot more... What's the word? Like, more bondage stuff from Arla, considering she's the one with the bandages and stuff. But there's been no S&M stuff with Arla so far. This one was, alright. But the problem was, it kind of got weird when Ren suddenly, like, you know, took out a freaking carrot. And you know what the hell they're gonna do with that carrot? Oh my goodness. That's not hygienic, Ren. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Please don't do this, guys. I think I read somewhere that there was a woman that was like masturbating with a banana, and the banana actually, you know, like ripped inside. So they had to call for emergency, an ambulance to get it out or something. It was so dumb. Fast forward to the point where the afterglow has faded. I just want to see whether or not this will go into a CG. Now that I can observe the situation clearly, I see that neither Arla nor I are exactly presentable. We're both sticky with sweat and various other bodily fluids. To an amateur, cleanup would be a nightmare. I start by wiping down Arla's body and changing her into a spare set of clothes. Then I switch attention to myself and do the same, complete with new outfit. Can't believe we've been recording for like 3 hours, and I kid you not, an hour and 20 minutes of that is probably just the 8 scenes. This game's 8 scenes has been, like, crazy. Once we were both fully back to our senses, we returned to the front of the shop. Okay, I am not going to finish this scene though. I will be finishing this on the next episode, which is gonna be in about 3 days. Tomorrow I'll be doing Amayui. Oh, I miss Amayui so much. I really want to let's play more Amayui, guys. Nothing against Tonkatsu Akuma. I do think this is like a standard game, but not my kind of thing where I just want to play it, you know, where it's like at the top of my head, where it's just constantly on my mind. Amayui feels like it's that sort of game. The story captures you, the gameplay is very addictive, and yeah, overall, the characters in that game is pretty strong. And the main character isn't like Ren, who's just, you know, girls don't just naturally get attracted to, like, the main character. Though it is a harem story, but it's a harem story that's, you know, in my head is not canon. I just think that it's harem for the sake of harem because, like, people that play these games want diversity in terms of just the female characters that they bang. Yeah, it is like that. But alright, enough about that. I'm gonna go and probably go to the convenience store and buy some more medicine. I'm running out. It seems I'm getting a lot better though. As you can hear from like that 40-minute break and taking my medicine, my voice is becoming a lot better. God damn. Whew. I really needed more medicine probably for tomorrow. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Sorry that my voice is, you know, not as good as it usually is. But I feel good being able to let's play these games again. I love being able to do this. But of course, I also would probably go to the gym tomorrow. I also love that. So hopefully I can do that tomorrow. Hopefully my lifts don't get lowered too much. But I'm gonna try to at least just maintain my weights and not try to necessarily increase for the next week or two. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it. Sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access along with everything uncensored. YouTube members will also get these early access but not uncensored. So probably just go to the Patreon, guys. And also for people on YouTube that are not on Patreon just yet, feel free to become a free member because that's gonna be where I put first episode previews of future playthroughs. Okay, with that said, I will see you guys on the next one.